welcome into the United East Hoops podcast. I am your host, Pierce Kewen, and today is a very special episode. Today, for me, obviously, it's the first episode, but more importantly, we have a special guest coming on to the show who averaged 8 points per game last year and shot 45% from three. It's Cairn University's own Moses Illodigwe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, man.
Course. So, I got to, personally meet you at FCA camp last year, Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Um, so that was just a great experience it was for me in a few years that I've been there, and I'm sure it was for you. Just can you explain and describe just what FCA is and how the camp impacted you?
Yeah, man. So FCA is where, we come together with the kids. Um, we have Bible time, and also we have where we have basketball skill training. Teaching them how to play basketball, but also learn about the Word of God. And honestly, this is my second year at Cuts. It was Cuts down, but next year is going to be Liberty. But my second year, going to camp, honestly, was a blessing. A life changing moment, just to see the kids, hearing their backstories and, just where they come from and, just hearing them out and then, having them, just open up to God and, leading them in the right path while playing basketball. So honestly, it is a blessing last year and this year. So
Camp special, man. I was a camper too. So I'm gonna go back to your high school career. You played at Mount Pleasant in Wilmington, Delaware.
yeah.
From what I can tell, your record when you were in high school was pretty good. 71-22 is what I found. Very successful. You guys made a state run. You made this tournament 3 times with a quarterfinal run in 2019. Just tell me, personally, like stats and how much playing time you had, and just your high school career.
Yeah, so for some people who don't know, Mount Pleasant I didn't go there for all 4 years. I actually transferred in my sophomore year. My freshman year, I went to Concord High School. But yeah, when I transferred to Mount, we were at the time, we were really good. We were really stacked my sophomore year. But my first year at Mount Pleasant, I didn't get that much playing time. I was young, and our team was just we had a really like a lot of players, and at the time I just couldn't really didn't touch the floor. But my junior year and senior year, yeah, we made it to the playoffs. I got to play one of the top guys in Delaware. Um, and yeah, it was ultimately just a fun experience. And if I can look back on it, it honestly, made me who I am today. Because I did have some minor, setbacks, in high school, but it all turned out, to be good in the end. Just playing, at high level basketball, going to the playoffs 2 times in a row or 3 times in a row. Just becoming a winning, program, and honestly, just made me have that winning mindset as well. So yeah, high school was definitely, it was definitely fun. Definitely had its ups and downs, but honestly, it all turned out to be good. So
So I want to ask you it would be in high school. So like, when did you play AAU or club basketball? And if so, like, what was that? What was your experience like with that?
yeah. So my junior year, I played AAU. I played for a team called Philly Heat. It was in Pennsylvania. Probably like an hour from where I was. So yeah, I would be traveling an hour to play, AAU because I really wanted to play. Um, we were a solid, yeah, we were a solid program. Went to some big tournaments, like the hoop groups, big shots, Atlantic City, Pittsburgh. But yeah, AAU it was really it was at the time it was really kind of it was okay. It was a little bit of ups and downs. It was some games I didn't get that much playing time, but some games I did honestly. But coming out of AAU, I didn't have once AAU was finished, I didn't have any. Unfortunately, I didn't end up getting any looks, no offers. So That was kind of a rough experience for me, but I kept going and I kept going through it, and then I got hit with COVID. And once I got hit with COVID, that kind of set me back even more. So after that, I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. But my coach definitely from AU, he definitely helped me out. Reached out to some schools for me. Gave me like the blueprint of what I should do. And yeah, I just went from there, and doors just opened up from there.
Yeah. So you mentioned you didn't have, many looks at that, and then obviously you were a senior at COVID time, so very unfortunate there. Just what
Yeah.
was your recruiting process like? Like, I mean, I know you committed to LICO, but just tell me the story behind, your recruiting process.
Yeah. So once COVID hit, I actually went to community college, and I went there for that whole year because that year the schools weren't having like a full season; they were only having like a half a season. So yeah, I just stuck it out for a community college, and then that summer I got connected with Lyco, and yeah, from there I got on the team, and Lyco didn't end up turn out how I wanted to be. It was honestly a good program, but it was just I don't really know how like the situation was a little bit rocky. I just didn't end up playing really that much, so yeah, then I ended up leaving, and then I ended up, taking a year off, and then I got, in with Cairn, and Cairn has honestly been a blessing ever since I, got connected with them. Definitely, it was definitely an experience to remember. Definitely, made me who I am. The journey, just getting back, into college basketball, because I know there's some guys out there who want to play college basketball, but they don't know, how to get on the team. It's very hard to get on the team. College, once you step into college, nothing's really guaranteed. So, it was honestly just a blessing, just to get back on the floor, and compete again.
So you mentioned you went to LICO for the year, and then you took a year off. You kind of went into that, but when you took the year off, did you expect or still want to pursue basketball, at the college level?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely did want to pursue it. It was just, once I left, it's so hard to get back on a team. It's so difficult because, teams or schools are just, they're looking at the new young, fresh guys. And, being a little bit older, it's like, I don't know if, some of these teams are looking, for, any older guys or, guys who've been out of college for a year. It was kind of tough for me, trying to get back into another program. But, yeah, Karen, opened up a door for me, opened up an opportunity for me, and I just took full advantage of that opportunity, and then I just put my best foot forward, and took every opportunity of that moment, and it just turned out to be all good in the end. So.
So I want to ask you now, what was, how guys have like, their welcome to the league moment. This isn't, obviously welcome to the NBA, but what was your welcome to college basketball moment like?
That's a good question, my welcome to college moment. It probably had to be probably when I was at Lyco. Let me see. It was probably I gotta go back in time a little bit. It was probably I would probably have to say probably like an open gym or a practice or something. I just see how guys were just you know, they were honestly they could do some things that like I didn't, they were more so consistent, they were just like, whoa, I stepped into the floor and I, played a little bit and, these guys are knocking down shots that, right in my face. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I've seen guys knock down shots before, but they're doing it on like, efficient. I see a big man shooting, consistently knocking down threes. Footwork is, amazing. But really, I would just say like, the transition, to from high school to college was really my opening eyes moment, like, whoa, this is really college. Like, this is what college is all about. Like, I'm actually seeing it, I'm experiencing it, and I'm playing it. And it was just like, whoa, like, okay, this is college. Maybe I need to change my approach, how I, do things from now on, a little bit. Because I see other guys are, they're doing, some things that I never thought like they would be doing in college. I'm like, yeah, this is college. That I think that was my real, awakening of the like, yeah, this is college basketball right here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I can't imagine the step up from playing high school and AAU to college level. But
Yeah.
you've had a full season at Cairn and almost a full off season. Just how has the coaching staff helped you like get to where you are now?
Yeah. They I definitely had a talk with, both assistant coaches and head coaches. They definitely gave me, just some challenges to, to take on and, off season, having last season we made it to the playoffs first round, but we got bounced out, first round. So, ever since then, they just, gave me some challenges to work on, in the off season and, they just gave me the blueprint. They didn't, rush me or, they didn't make me feel pressure, but they wanted me to feel like, confident in achieving those goals. So, yeah, it was just honestly welcoming, and some good goals that I can, take in. And, I've been working on them all off season and, it should be really special this year. So,
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So you appeared last season, your first year at Cairn. You appeared in two of the first 15 games for a total of 12 minutes. But in the final 11 games, you appeared in every single one, playing at least like 8 minutes a game. Most of them it
yeah,
was 15, 16 minutes a game. Um, Obviously, your main thing was being the shooter on the floor that would knock down open shots and sometimes contested shots too.
right.
But like, just tell me, what was your mindset when you got thrown in there at Valley Forge, and then just trying to be consistent and keep showing up for the team when you guys, needed to make a push at the playoffs and things like that.
Yeah. So I'll take you back in time where you said the two past games. So, and I'll give you my thought process through all of it. So the first two games, like you mentioned in the beginning of the season, I got thrown in. Those were I wasn't really expected to be. I was never really expected to be thrown in those type of games because it was just a up and down season. In the first for me, it was up and down season in the first half. Honestly, it was tough in the beginning of the first two games. It was tough because it was definitely a mental battle that I was going through because it's like I produced a little bit, but then I'm getting cut short. So I was in my own head thinking like what am I doing? Is something I'm doing wrong? But I just I kept I stuck it out and I kept going and I kept working hard and I was in the gym every day just working just trying to maximize my what trying to really just find my role and just trying to like maximize my role at the time. But then, like you mentioned, I got thrown in the Valley Forge game, and that was really unexpected. I wasn't expected, to get in, but I was ready for the moment. I was ready for the opportunity that coach gave me, and yeah, I knocked down two back-to-back threes, and then it was history from then. But yeah, I was definitely trying to make a push, through the final like what was it, 8 games, and honestly, my thought process was I was low key feeling, overwhelmed, at times because I've been waiting for this opportunity, and I was like, man, this is finally here. This is what I've been, training for. This is what I've been working for. It was low key overwhelming, but I handled it, pretty well, and I stuck it out. Just kept. I just really want to just keep under control, just keep my emotions, just under control, and just act like I've been here before. And yeah, I tried to, make much as impactful as I can, on the court, and yeah, it all turned out, to work in my favor. So
Yeah, great stuff. Um, so me and a couple of my friends, we went down to see you guys play home against Keystone late in the season. I think it was the week of senior night. So you
okay, yeah,
guys,
yeah,
you were close to, your seed. You kind of already knew where you were going to be, but you're still trying to, prove to these teams that you're up there with the best of them after a really up and down season.
right,
And that game, you had a career high in minutes, points, and threes made. You shot 7 for 11 from three with 21 points. I just want to ask you, like, when did you know, or when did you feel like, yeah, I'm on fire tonight?
So 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 I remember this game. So in the first half, I was only had 6 points in the first half. So I didn't really know like if I was gonna go off or not. I didn't know until like the second half until I hit like the first. I hit one three and then I hit one more and then I knew like yeah I'm gonna go off because honestly in the first half of the game I was, if you want to be honest, I was tired, I was exhausted. That was a back and forth game. I think the final score was like in the hundreds, 109 to like 112. It was a high scoring game, so definitely a lot of running. But that game was honestly, it wasn't planned. I just was trying to go out there and just see what I can, how can I help the team? But honestly, I helped the team more than I thought I could, and ended up scoring 21 points. Career high for me. I mean, it's never been done. I was honestly, some of those shots that were going in, I was honestly shocked that they were going in. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. So, but yeah, it was a definitely a special moment for me. It's a moment I'll never forget. It just shows that the talent I always had in me, and how much work I put in the gym, and it just definitely displayed that night, of how many countless hours I've just been working and staying the course and just being consistent.
Yeah. Um, so that's you on the court, numbers wise and mindset stuff like that. I want to take it
Yeah,
off the court where you have a pretty successful social media account on IG. You have 49.7 thousand followers,
yeah,
and you just recently started a new training app with called ISO University.
yep,
Just did
yep.
you ever imagine having this big of a following on social media and like even your own training app, which is crazy to me.
Um, no, honestly, so I'll give you a slight little backstory. So in the year of 2021, I started TikTok. And I wasn't even, I was just doing little videos here and there. I wasn't really like, I was doing like little training videos, how to get better handles and whatnot. But as I kept going, I think the summer of 2022, that's when I, really took off because I was originally from TikTok, but I transferred over to Instagram in 2023 of February. And honestly, I didn't really expect me to just, blow up and, just get all these followers and, how much influence I have on my supporters. But it's honestly, I didn't never expected, for me to just blow up. I thought it would just be something that would just, take years from now. But honestly, it just took, with the consistency that I was doing, I was posting videos like almost every day, and then it just started building. Then a couple of my videos hit a million. I got post, I mean, Overtime posted me one time last or 2 years ago in 2022, and honestly, it's been honestly a blessing and an unsurreal moment. Like I never thought I would be this type of influence, and at that have my own training platform. I never thought, I always wanted to help out, people and, in that training aspect, but I never thought I would have like, the opportunity to have my own website at that. That's honestly a blessing, just, just coming from where I came from, barely posted videos. I had my own training website to have 45K, to, inspiring people on social media and, just hearing everybody else's stories and how I can help them, get better at basketball. It's honestly just, it feels good in the moment. It just feels like a blessing, honestly.
Yeah, you and your brother have a special talent for that, and it's kind of unexplainable. But
Yeah.
so I want to ask you. I'm sure you kind of knew it's going to be brought up, but what went behind? What's the story behind your celebration with the after every three? Like how did that become a thing?
So that's a good. A lot of people ask me that. So honestly, I knew like, okay, once I get some playing time, I was like, I'm gonna try to do something. Honestly, it wasn't planned. I think the first game, so after the Valley Forge game, I think we played Pratt Institute in New York, and I remember I think I ended up with like 9 points that game, but it was one particular three that I hit. And I don't know, something just I was thinking about either doing the bow and arrow, the bow and arrow, or either, the people were saying it Russell Westbrook, but I don't really, I haven't really paid attention if Russell Westbrook did it or not, but it's really just once I shoot at the two guns, you blow them out and then you put them back in your pocket. But yeah, that celebration is it's really just I don't know. I might keep it. I might change it. I know it went kind of like I remember I posted it on my Instagram when we played Wilson and I blew out the guns to the girls on the side and they went off. They went off. They was letting me hear it all game and I kept doing it and but nah, I think I'll keep it. It was definitely not intentional. But I don't know. I think I might change it or I might keep it. I think people are pretty, they like it. I think that might be my new signature, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what has to come.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which one you pick for this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that. So now I'm gonna do a rapid fire question part. You will have 30 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna go right into it.
Let's go.
So,
Let's do it.
what's the best student section in the conference besides Cairns?
I would have to say Keys, Keystone, if they have one. Either Keystone or uh, Wilson, maybe. Keystone or Wilson.
Favorite sports movie?
Sports movie? Hmm, that's a good question. I would say Rebound. It's an old movie.
Go-to pregame song.
Man, I got a lot of go-to pregame songs. It depends what type of mode I'm in, but let me see. Go-to pregame song. I would say um I like to listen to some old 2K music, just to get me in that mode. It's not a specific song that I go to, but just whatever comes on, that's what I listen to.
Dream Team or Redeem Team?
Redeem Team.
Madden or 2K?
You said Madden or 2K? 2K.
Thank you for coming on. I just want to give you a second to uh, kind of explain to the audience just what your training app is like and how it can benefit young players.
Yeah, so my training platform is called ISO University. It's right now it's still in the works. It will be releasing soon. It's basically a training platform where I can get basketball players who ask me, hey, do you have any advice on basketball? How do I get ball handling? How do I shoot better? How do I, a lot of people want to jump, all that stuff is all on my platform. Basically, I just want to have, a good, basketball community where everybody can come in, feel welcome and, just feel like they can get better through my platform, and just try to, maximize, their full potential because a lot of guys want to play basketball, but they don't know where to start. They don't know how to get better. And my goal is to help them get better. Get advice. Anything that you need. Basketball wise. I'm here to help. And yeah, it's just a good way to just to get better at basketball and achieve your goals.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show and go follow Mo at ISO Mo on Instagram. Right?
That's
You don't do TikTok no more, right?
No, I'm still on TikTok,
All right.
YouTube.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Go check him out. Go check him out. He got some good stuff. But that'll do it for the episode. I appreciate you guys listening. Take care and God bless.